All right, very big day today for Jordan Brand, which after several months of hype and anticipation, a shock drop, exclusive access, as well as several different raffles, we finally got the official release of the 2024 Jordan 4 Military Blue. Now, of course, there were several different narratives, scenarios surrounding this release, which I want to say we first heard that these were actually going to be dropping like over a year ago, as nowadays most Jordan leaks happen super early in advance. So heading into the year, I think a lot of people were excited about these. A lot of people were saying that this was one of their must-cop sneakers of the year and a potential sneaker of the year candidate, praising them for their OG Grail status. But then once the rumored stock numbers started to pop up, people were saying like, first they were saying what, 600K, then we were hearing like a million, 1.2, 2 million, in which at that point, it looked like Jordan Brand was looking to just absolutely flood the market with this all-time classic release. Then we got the Sneakers app live, where was the first presentation, I guess, where Jordan Brand officially like gave us a look at this shoe. And at that point, they shocked the world by actually calling these industrial blue, which I still don't understand, what's the whole story behind that and everything like that. But even on the box itself, Jordan Brand is calling these military blue. So at that point, I think people were starting to get a little bit quiet about this pair. And then we started to get the early looks, in which you will notice that as far as this sneaker, it's kind of difficult to tell, based off this lighting, but there's kind of this like visible blue tint to these. And I've also seen some people complain, about quality control issues. Also, some people are saying that the shade of blue isn't bright enough, all kind of different stories. The Nike tags too flimsy, all that, but I feel like at the end of the day, these joints are decent. All the little small nitpicky things aren't a deal breaker, and I feel like at the end of the day, really don't make a huge difference to me at all. So joints officially dropped today. Now, last night we were hearing some rumors that stock numbers may be looking a little bit lower than everybody originally anticipated, which I do want to just say that those weren't the final stock numbers just yet. So I was kind of thinking last night, we'll wait and see what numbers look like tomorrow, and I guess it'll just be a toss-up, but a very interesting release to monitor. So now that the official Nike Sneakers app release is out of the way, I would love to know how you guys did. Did you take a W or an L, or did you just sleep through this entire release? Now, some people were saying they were able to actually grab multiple pairs via the Sneakers drop. So what they were simply doing is, after they got their first W, logging out their Sneakers app account, logging back in, re-entering the draw, and they were able to actually check out multiple pairs that way. So I think Nike, they actually did an incredible job for this release. As far as stock numbers goes, it looks like today's drop for men's sizes was actually closer to around like that 100,000 pair ballpark. So once you factor in like the kids pairs, the infants pairs, all of the pairs that we saw drop early via the Sneakers app, all of the pairs that dropped worldwide, as well as all of the in-store drops, I would have to say that as far as stock numbers goes, this probably was a little bit closer to that million pair mark that we were hearing early on. So salute to Nike for that. I know as sneakerheads, we all want like a rare sneaker that we feel like is exclusive, more limited and collectible. But at the end of the day, if you would have took an L on these, you would be complaining. You already know you would be mad at Nike complaining that they should make more pairs. So I feel like they kind of met us right in the middle, where they dropped a decent amount of pairs where most people could cop, but they didn't drop too many pairs to the point where these were just like sitting on the Nike Sneakers app. So I would even compare these to like those Bread 4 Reimaginings, which dropped earlier this year. As far as like stock numbers goes, I feel like Jordan Brand massively produced these to the point where most people were able to grab them. But even if you did strike out and you do have to break the bank a little bit paying resale, prices aren't looking too crazy. Still, even like months after the release, we saw that those Jordan 4 Bread Reimagined still ain't going for crazy prices on the secondary market. Plus, speaking of those Bread 4 Reimagines, I know a lot of people were debating, if these were better or not. So let me know, which pair are you going with? Are you going with these military blues, or are y'all rocking with the Bread 4 Reimagines? I would say at the end of the day, as far as like impact, just the hype and the overall demand for those pairs, I would say the Bread 4 Reimagines was just a little more talked about, and which at the end of the day, I think will translate to being on a lot more people's sneaker of the year lists over these Jordan 4 military blues. But at the end of the day, regardless, these joints are a classic, and I've said it time and time again, but Jordan Brand really dropped the classic, which has aged like fine wine. So as far as the Jordan 4 conversation, I could say, right now, these are probably undisputedly the most popular Jordan retro model currently, taking that rank from the Jordan 1. So do you feel like with Jordan Brand, doing a little too much with this model? We already got the Bread 4s. We got these now. We know those oxidized greens are dropping, and I think we have a Amamanier 4. Do you guys feel like they're doing a little bit too much with the Jordan 4? And, with the oversaturation of this model, do you think they could take a similar fate that we're now seeing for the Jordan 1? What do y'all think? Let me know down below. I would say when it comes to the 4, I actually think that Jordan Brand is doing a great job. I don't think they're doing too much with these, and I feel like they still got some more classics in the tuck. So they could come with some real cool colorways that have never been dropped before with this, classic color blocking, or they could hit us with some classics. We haven't seen the OG cements drop in a little minute. Plus all those metallic 4s that they got, they could just drop any of those colorways and they would go crazy like that. So I think Jordan Brand is not doing too much with the 4, but as our trends, come and go, at one point, these will die off, and we'll probably see another model become a little more trendy here in the future. So let me know how you guys did on these. Really curious to know how everybody did. Did you guys pass up on these? Did you grab multiple pairs, or did you just simply take a L? Let me know down below. And I had to check in with y'all real quick for this little Saturday update. So I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy the rest of my weekend, and I hope all of you guys do as well. So I'm JA. Make sure y'all stay safe, stay blessed. I'm out, y'all. Love.